Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the IRB Infrastructure Developers Conference Call for discussing the unaudited financial results for the quarter ended September 30th, 2022 and recent developments. We have with us on the call today Mr. Virendra Maishkar, Mr. Dhananjay Joshi, Mr. Anil Yadav, Mr. Mehul Patel, Ms. Poonam Nishal, and Mr. Tushar Kavedia. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and after the opening remarks by the management, there will be a question and answer session. Please note that the duration of the call would be 45 minutes, and any queries left unanswered after the call can be subsequently mailed to the management for adequate response and resolution. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now request Mr. Anil Yadav to give an overview of the significant developments during the quarter. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Our sincere apology for delaying this call by 15 minutes. I welcome all the investor and analysts on the quarterly Concall. Hope you all have been able to go through our detailed number as well as the presentation released. We pleased to inform you all that we have successfully refinanced the debt of 2,100 crores for two projects, that is Solapur ADC and ADC Aurangabad, of private InvIT through INR bond with a bullet repayment after 5 to 7 years at the rate of 8.65% per annum. This is a part of our business strategy of return enhancement through leverage optimization, which we have been successfully doing for our project to the date as well. With a stronger balance sheet and improved credit rating achieved now, we can seek even better financing terms and optimize the capital structure of the project to bring down the cost of funding on ongoing basis. To give you a sense of this lever, for every 1,000 crores of project, refinancing or cost reduction by 2% can lead to at least 100 crore rupees, that is 10% saving over debt tenure. We have entered the stabilization phase of 9 projects transferred to the private InvIT, and this strategy is being implemented there as well. To start with, we refinanced 2 projects, that is Solapur ADC and ADC Aurangabad, where the debt restructuring and cost revision amounts to additional cash flow of 500 crores over next 5 years. We feel incredibly happy about the fact that these projects are assigned AAA rating by CRISIL, the first of any BOT toll project in India. The same will be taken up for the rest projects in the phased manner over the coming quarters. With respect to the VK1, the public InvIT has received an overwhelming response from the unit holder for the acquisition of VK1 at an enterprise value of 1,297 crores from IRB. We expect to complete the transaction very soon. IRB will get a cash of 342 crore rupees and debt of 955 crores will get reduced from the consolidated debt. Now, net debt to equity on a consolidated basis is 0.81:1 as on September 30th, 2022. This also helped change in our rating category of IRB. We have moved to AA category in terms of rating by India Ratings from single A category. For private InvIT one asset, Kaithal, Rajasthan, we have received close to 58-59 crore rupees from NHAI as interim relief in connection with the claim lodged towards the farmer agitation on October 10, 2022. For Ganga Expressway project SPV, we have already infused 533 crores of equity, out of which 261 crores was funded by GIC, being a 49% equity partner. Traffic momentum on Mumbai-Pune reports 10% growth for Q2 FY23 as compared to Q2 of FY22. AV reports 13% growth on Q2 of FY23 as compared to Q2 of FY22. We have also witnessed 56% growth in toll revenue for Q2 of FY23 as compared to Q2 of FY22 in 9 assets transferred to private InvIT, excluding the Palsit Dhanpuni. EPC revenue is lower on account of monsoon and delay in appointed date in some of the projects. We have received appointed date for Ganga Expressway and work has started in full swing as initial work like cleaning and grubbing was started much before the appointed date. As stated earlier, the equity for Ganga Expressway will be funded in the ratio of 51 and 49 by IRB and GIC. And GIC will be contributing more than 1,000 crores for the project. With execution on Ganga in full swing, we expect EPC revenue to be in range of 4,500 for financial year 2022 to 23, which we have guided at the beginning of the year. With respect to the toll revenue, considering the previous trend, the second half of the fiscal seems to be promising and leading to a strong generation of the toll revenue. Considering the upcoming festive season, we have started witnessing an uptake in the traffic movement already, providing a comfort and traction for the coming quarter. The total order book for the company now stands at 20,075 crores, which provides a visibility for next 2 to 3 years. Further, with respect to the new assets, a couple of BOT projects are already identified to be bidded out in future. Further, we expect a robust order pipeline in Q3 and Q4 of the financial year, and we will be bidding for the BOT, TOT and HAM project in the same order of the preference. Now I will request Sri Tushar to continue with the financial overview. Over to you, Tushar.
Tushar sir, you may go ahead. Your line is in talk mode.
Tushar.
So just give me a moment.
So, thank you, sir. Now I will take you through the financial analysis for Q2 FY23 versus Q2 FY22. The total consolidated income for
Sir, we are losing the audio, sir.
Yeah, sorry for disturbance. I'll just take you through the financial analysis of Q2 FY23 versus Q2 FY22. The total consolidated income for Q2 FY23 has decreased to rupees 1,439 crores from rupees 1,504 crores, a decline of 4%. The consolidated toll revenues for Q2 FY23 have increased to rupees 494 crores from rupees 457 crores, registering a growth of 8%. The consolidated construction revenues for Q2 FY23 have decreased to 944 crores as against 1047 crores, declined by 15%. EBITDA stood at 761 crores from rupees 757 crores, registering a growth of 1%. Interest has decreased to rupees 389 crores from rupees 477 crores, a decline by 18%. Depreciation has increased to rupees 192 crores from rupees 165 crores, up by 16%. PBT has increased to rupees 180 crores from rupees 115 crores, registering a growth of 57%. PAT after share of JV loss has increased to rupees 85 crores as against 52 crores in Q2 FY22, 42 crores in FY22, registering a growth of 102%. The cash profit has increased to rupees 302 crores in Q2 FY23 from rupees 243 crores in Q2 FY22, registering a growth of 24%. Now I request moderator to open the session for question and answer.
Thank you, sir. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to use handsets while asking a question. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone phone. We take the first question from the line of Mr. Mohit Kumar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. So 2 questions, sir, from my side. So first is, sir,
Mr. Mohit, your line is in talk mode, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Am I audible now? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Mohit, can you hear us, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
As there is no response from the line of Mr. Mohit, we move to the next question. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. We take the next question from the line of Tina Virmani from Kotak Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. My questions are related to this EPC revenue guidance. Is there any change in the guidance? Because earlier we believe we were expecting a little higher because of ramp up on Ganga Expressway and expected inflows in future. So is there any shortfall that you are expecting on the inflow side for the company, which is basically resulting in a guidance of around 4,500 crore for the current financial year for the EPC side?
So Tina, what we are guiding is 4,500 crore. If you see, earlier revenue was gross of GST. Now this revenue is being reported as a net of GST. Hence, you are seeing that particular difference. Otherwise, our construction revenue targeted 4,500 for this year is on track. We will try to catch up for the Ganga Expressway, where we have already received the appointed date now.
Okay. And any tentative idea on the pipeline on the BOT side that you are seeing for the current fiscal in the second half, and how much are you expecting to win?
So we expect at least 4 to 5 BOT projects getting bid out before March, and we would be evaluating those bids and participate in the same. Plus, we expect a good traction on the HAM projects as well to cater to the EPC requirement. 5 to 7,000 crores of incremental project wins is what we would be looking at.
Sure, sir. And my next question is related to the equity requirements on a year-wise basis for Ganga, Palsit, and even for the newer inflows that you are expecting. So would the internal approvals be sufficient to take care of the same? If you can first quantify the amount and then maybe comment on the other part.
Sure. So for this particular fiscal, for the balance period, the equity requirement is around 250 crores, and for next year, it is the requirement would be for the projects at 800 crores and balance around 200 crores in the subsequent year for the project like Ganga, which will continue for FY25 as well. With respect to the cash flow requirement, as we have been discussing, that we have the growth capital available, and the margins what we are generating from our construction revenue would cater this particular requirement for the coming years as well.
Sure, sir. Sure. Just one last question on the changes that were expected on the HAM model. How soon can we expect any clarity on the same from the government side or from NHAI side?
We did have one round of deliberations at the NHAI to discuss these modalities of reducing the upfront payment during construction on HAM projects. And as a sector, most companies have given their views to NHAI, and it's now between NHAI and government to finalize what is the revised structure that they want to announce, and we also are keenly awaiting that clarity. But the consensus seemed to bring that down to 20% from the conversations what we had in those interactions.
And by when can it come?
I have really no idea about that, because that is something which NHAI and the government would be deliberating. And once we know more about it, we would be more than happy to share that with you.
Sure. So basically, as per the initial plan of NHAI, both the models would coexist. 40% grant and 20% grant, both will coexist in the initial, or they would completely replace that 40% grant with the 20% grant.
My sense is that given the available corpus with them and their wish to bid out similar number of kilometers on an ongoing basis, they might want to reduce that upfront number and ensure that they have adequate resources to keep funding the project.
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to hear you.
Participants, it seems that we have lost the connection for the management. Please stay connected while we reconnect.
Connected. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I in the main part now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We missed last part, sir.
Tina, I'm extremely sorry, the line's getting...
No problem, sir.
I don't know. But as I said, once the way we understand it is, once the NHAI decides on the revised HAM allocation, I think all the projects would cater to that new requirement, is what my understanding is. I don't think they would continue both the platforms. Projects which have already been bid out would continue with the old platform of 40% during construction, and once they bring in the reform, then projects that would get bid out after that would cater to dispensation of whatever they decide, whether it is 20, 25%, 15%, whatever it is.
Got it, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, and sorry for the disturbance.
Thank you very much. We take the next question from the line of Mr. Mohit Kumar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, good. Am I audible? Hello? Hi.
Mr. Mohit, your line is in talk mode, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Am I audible? Yes. Hello? 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 Hi. Good evening, sir.
Mr. Mohit, your line is in talk mode, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I have two questions. First is, sir, on the macro side, how is the pipeline looking at this point of time? Given that
there is no response from Mr. Mohit's line, we move to the next question from the line of Mr. Viral Shah. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening, all. Wishing you all a very happy Diwali. Sir, couple of questions from my end. So when you look at in terms of in terms of strategy. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Viral, can you hear me, sir?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Viral, your line is in talk mode, sir. Please go ahead with
So
your
I
question.
have, ma'am, can you hear me? Yeah. So basically, when you look at in terms of strategy, when you look at in terms of when the VGF comes down to 20%, so are we keen on bidding for projects where VGF will come down to 20% and still our thought process and IRR of 14%?
Management, please allow me a moment. I will have to check the line for Mr. Viral. Please stay connected. Participants, we have the line for the management reconnected.
Yep.
Mr. Mohit, we have promoted your question, sir. You may go ahead, please.
There seems to be some problem with Mohit's line. Every time you are asking Mr. Mohit to ask a question, the line is getting dropped. I don't know if there is some problem at your end.
No, sir. Actually, I'm just checking because I'm able to hear you. Give me one moment. I'm just checking the participant line. Thank you for your patience. Sir, I checked the line for Mr. Mohit, but there is no response. We have a follow-up question from the line of Ms. Tina Virmani. Ma'am, you may go ahead, please.
Sir, can you give your standalone debt number?
Yeah, sure. So, for construction side,
Yes, sir.
So IRB standalone debt number is 2,868 crores without working capital.
And with working capital?
With working capital, it is at 3,600 crores.
3,600?
Yeah.
Sure, sir. And sir, in this quarter, we have also seen some impact on the toll revenues. So do you think that the traffic is coming back to normal, or is there any kind of, is there a general slowdown in the traffic that you are witnessing within this quarter also, in starting from October?
So Tina, for the quarter, on a quarterly basis, we have seen a good growth in the traffic numbers despite of being a monsoon quarter. And also the current trend, what we always seen is because of the festive season, the trend improves a lot. So that has been witnessed in the current numbers as well.
Sure, sir. No, I was referring to the sequential decline. So one impact was because of the monsoon that would have impacted.
So if you see sequential decline, there is a one-day short for this particular quarter. That is the one reason. But otherwise, if you see on a YOY basis, there is a growth of around 8%. We don't have any tariff hike for Mumbai-Pune, so whole revenue has been contributed by traffic, which is almost 13% for the Mumbai-Pune.
Okay. And for Ahmedabad-Vadodara, it would be around?
Ahmedabad-Vadodara 13% and 10% is for Mumbai-Pune.
Okay. That is only traffic growth.
So for Mumbai-Pune, it's only traffic growth. For Ahmedabad-Vadodara, there was a 10% tariff hike, so balance is towards the traffic growth.
So 2.5, around 6-7% could have been the traffic growth, and 6-7% could have been your tariff hike.
That's it.
Tina, we have also witnessed very severe monsoon in Gujarat, and some section of Gujarat also seen some flooding situation in the month of August and end of July. So that was also one of the reasons for a little lower number on Ahmedabad-Vadodara. And with respect to your previous question, what Tushar has said, I want to just add, basically, if on a 4,500 crores revenue, which earlier, if I would have recorded including the GST, that would have been a revenue of more than 5,000 crores. And with netting of the revenue, my EBITDA does not change, my PBT also does not change, even the profitability also does not change. Only thing which improves is the percentage EBITDA margin on turnover. So revenue is not reducing. In fact, revenue, if you divide by 88%, the revenue 4,500 divided by 88%, it's a 5,100 plus crores of revenue.
Got it, sir. Got it. I was under the impression that this is, the GST component was causing the confusion actually.
No, it's a net revenue. It's a net revenue, net of GST.
Got it, sir. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone.
Ma'am, I have got some feedback from some of the analysts who are attending this call. They are saying the line is very bad and they are not able to ask their questions. So if you can check if there is some issue with your end, because some of the analysts has already messaged me stating that.
All right, sir, I'll get that checked. So the only issue we faced, I think, with Mr. Mohit Kumar, I am unable to hear him, sir. I will get that checked, sir. I'm just promoting the next question in the queue.
Anil, if you can hear me, if you can gather those questions, you may just reply those.
Okay, sir.
So if those, I understand the line looks to be bad today, but if those analysts have reached out to you and shared their question, then maybe you can just reply on this forum, whatever the question was and our answer.
Okay, sir. Noted, sir.
Sir, should we move ahead to the next question?
Yes, please.
All right. We take the next question from the line of Mr. Alok Devra from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead, sir.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. So, sir, just had a couple of questions. One was on the tender pipeline. So, just wanted to understand how are we seeing the TOT projects now? Because that has been slightly on the slower side. I mean, even if they are going ahead with the awarding, then it's taking time to get the closure done. So just wanted your thoughts on that, because that is also one area which we were targeting quite aggressively.
Yeah, it seems to be on a slower burner because they may be wanting to assess the market well, and you are right, there has been some slowdown on the TOT side, and we are also keenly awaiting the clarity of the same.
Sure. So when we are talking about this year order inflow, we are not factoring anything on that.
No. So the 5,000 to 7,000 crore incremental order addition that we will be pursuing will be primarily on BOT and HAM put together.
Sure, sure. And also, sir, like if we look at year to date till almost October, NHAI has awarded nearly 800 kilometer or so of projects. Where the target is nearly 6,000 kilometers. So, do you think again the aggression could be quite high in the last 3-4 months, where these other players also have not bagged any significant number of projects? So again, the competitive intensity would continue to remain high, and just your thoughts on that, sir.
So our sense is that unlike last year, I mean, this is a phenomena which we have been observing this would be the third year, where majority of the order activity gets pushed to the second half of the financial year. Similar trend seems to be unfolding this year as well. But one change that has taken place is, unlike last year, the pre-qualification norms and the bid bond security requirements have been beefed up by NHAI. And our sense is that that should bring in some discipline compared to what the scene was last year. And we will be very carefully evaluating the bidding pattern, because we are very sure that with the order visibility that we have for 3 years, we are definitely not in a hurry to somehow win a project by compromising on the margin. So we will be very carefully evaluating this aspect and would not be just chasing for winning project for the sake of winning it. And we would like to see how the scenario unfolds, and then we will calibrate our response.
Sure. Just one last question. I am not sure if this has been answered because the line has been slightly volatile.
Yes.
Just wanted to know this, how many toll projects tenders we are looking at to be floated in this year? Because till now there has been no significant tenders from the toll project side.
So presently, as I said, Ganga, we are doing the closure, that part is done. Presently, if I look at, we are evaluating 2 BOT projects. One is a state BOT, one is a NHAI BOT. And we expect at least 6 to 8 more projects to get announced for bidding in the near future.
Sure, sir, sure. That's all from my side, and thank you and all the best, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, there are a couple of questions from the Viral. So
Yes.
he wants to know, hello?
Go ahead, Anil.
Yeah. In terms of strategy, are we comfortable for the bidding for the project where VGF comes down to 20%? Second question is update on pending arbitration award. And third question is why BOT revenue growth is only 7%?
So, I think first question, I will answer the last question first. The BOT toll revenues, as he is asking, I think the answer is the 8% overall number growth is inclusive of Bombay Pune, where there has been no tariff increase. And as you articulated before, Ahmedabad Baroda has seen almost 13.5% revenue growth. Bombay Pune has witnessed 10% revenue growth. So where there was no tariff hike, so that is majorly contributing from the anything on the traffic numbers. In fact, they look to be very robust. In terms of the other point where you were asking about the VGF for HAM projects going down to 20%, I think it would be a welcome move, because our sense is very simple on this whole take. higher private participation in whichever format the government comes up with will bring in more disciplined bidding and sensible pricing as against higher government funding and lower private participation. Because the moment the private participation goes down, it becomes a very turnover churning exercise where no real skin in the game from any of the bidders, and then the aggression picks up excessively. So any format, whether it is a reduced upfront in HAM or any other format of BOT that the government devises, higher the private participation, better would be the result, is my understanding.
Sir, update on arbitration award.
So on the arbitration award, all of the disputes that we have across various projects, each of them now has a arbitration panel in place, and the respective processes are going on in a time-bound manner. So as we had said earlier, I think every year we can expect to have some meaningful resultant contributing to the bottom line going forward, and so far the progress on this has been very, very encouraging. So Anil sir, any further question from Viral?
No. I think we can ask moderator to move to the next one.
Next question.
Sure, sir. We take the next question from the line of Mr. Meet Parekh from Anand Rathi. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. So my first question is regarding the guidance given on the EPC revenue for the year of around 4,500 crores. Does it include the arbitration which we received in the last quarter?
Anil, you want to take it?
Yes, sir. So that is including the arbitration award we have received the last year, because while factoring for the business law for entire year, since this arbitration was already there, and once it got converted in the judicial award when it was confirmed by the High Court, then we have recognized the revenue, and it was part of the entire 5,000 plus crores of revenue what we have projected, including GST, for this financial year.
Okay, sir. And secondly, my question is on the order book. Can you give project-wise breakup for the order book? Order backlog?
Yeah, sure. So on a EPC order book, the balance order book remains at 8,800, and out of which for BOT projects, the outstanding order book is at 6,600 crores, and around 2,200 crores is towards the HAM projects.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I think if you are reconciling the previous order book and this order book, I think we have added the order book of Ganga O&M also, because Ganga is going to be executed on the basis of 5149, and the O&M revenue will not get eliminated. And since EPC and O&M is already in place, we have added back O&M order book in our overall order book.
Okay, sir. And sir, in the BOT projects of around 6,600 crore, which you just said, can you give the breakup on which all projects are there in the order book?
So 1,500 crores is 5,000 crores is towards Ganga, 1,500 crores is towards Palsit, and balance remaining for the private in which that is the smaller amount.
Okay, and on the HAM projects, sir, 2,200 crores.
So for HAM projects, those are the three HAM projects, that is VM7, Chittoor Thachur, and Pathankot Mandi. The breakup for the VM7 is around 950 odd crores. For Chittoor Thachur, because it's just commenced, so around 700 crores, and for Pathankot Mandi it's around 550 crores.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. A reminder to all the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone phone. A reminder to all the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone phone. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for the day. I would now like to hand the conference over.
So, would like to wish.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt. We just got a participant in the queue. Shall we promote the question?
Yep, sure.
Yeah. We have a question. This is a follow-up question from the line of Mr. Alok Devra. Please go ahead, sir, with your question.
Thanks for the follow-up. Sir, just wanted to understand any other projects which we are looking to transfer to the InvIT in the near to medium term, or just your thoughts on that?
Presently, no, because we would be looking more from the HAM project getting transferred to public InvIT. If you look at the private InvIT portfolio, that is in more of a stabilization phase, and none of the HAM projects are likely to reach a quick transferable situation. Although, as a sponsor to the public InvIT, I think public InvIT management has also made it clear that they have been evaluating standalone third-party opportunities, and that exercise would continue, is my understanding.
Sure, sir. Got it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All the best.
So, any more questions?
No, sir. There are no more questions, so you can go ahead with the closing comments, sir.
Okay, so I would just like to wish all of you a very happy and prosperous New Year and happy Diwali. And thank you for being with us on this call and for your patience. And apologize for the bad line, which might have caused some irritation at your end. And thank you so much. Have a great weekend ahead.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference call for today. We thank you for your participation and for using Research Bytes conferencing services. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you. Have a great